You from Beach Therapy Counseling Services. Happy Friday. As usual, please subscribe at the end of this video and go ahead and share it with those people that you care about that could use the information that I am sharing. So I want to get right into this topic today, and it's the idea behind the adult timeout. We've all heard the words said, and most of the time when you hear them coming from a parent, a mom or a dad who's had a rough day. Give yourself an adult timeout, and they go ahead and take a bath or do whatever it is that they need to do. I'm not necessarily referring to the parental timeout, although it does apply in these situations as well. I'm talking about the adult timeout that most of us need throughout our day. And we don't take. We just don't do it. We don't give ourselves those moments to kind of take a breather, have a timeout, and to figure out what we're going to say and how we're going to say it. And what brought me to wanting to do this topic today is just really being cognizant of how people are communicating with each other. And I've just noticed in general that people are communicating in such a harsh way, in such a grumpy way, or an irritated way, or you're putting me out kind of a way, more often now than I ever noticed before. And it might be just I'm taking more notice now, but I am noticing it. And I think that what we are lacking is these adult timeouts. I think we aren't giving ourselves enough time to find that inner peace, to meditate, to just find the spot inside of us that can deal with everything that we have to deal with that day. And I would say your first adult timeout needs to start when you wake up. And I don't know what that is. It's a form of self-care, but you need to either meditate or journal or pray or whatever it is that you do that feeds the inside of you just for you. It's only 10 minutes. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier each day and just give yourself that time to kind of find that inner balance before you have to hop out of bed and run about your day. That's your first adult timeout that everybody should be taking. And then, unfortunately, life is sticky, and I've said this in other messages, and we don't always wake up chirpy and, the sun is shining today and let's have a wonderful day. I mean, I would say most days, most of us do, but there are days where maybe that alarm just beeped a little bit too early, or you just didn't sleep great, or you have something on your plate that day that you're really not looking forward to. So you wake up maybe a little grumpier than you normally would. Those are the days you need to really be cognizant of what you're speaking, how you're speaking, and how much time you're taking to kind of bring yourself back to your neutral peace. And when I say that, I mean, don't go into work knowing already, gosh, I'm not looking forward to this day. I'm not looking forward to the people I have to see. Go into work, maybe on your drive after you've had your 10 minutes in the morning, having that self reflection of, okay, how am I going to deal with this situation with A, B, and C? How am I going to deliver this message without being grumpy, without, betraying the feeling that I'm feeling inside today? Because unfortunately, being grumpy and being miserable is contagious, and misery loves company. That is the unfortunate truth. And so if you go into work or you start your day with your kids, your family, your friends, whoever it is that you deal with that day, and you bring forth that grumpy, irritated, miserable feeling about you, you're going to infect that upon the people around you. And some are going to be in that day more susceptible than others. And then you've probably just ruined somebody else's day, or at least got them off to not a very fun start. So being cognizant and giving yourself those moments to just reflect on, okay, I'm having a mood, or I'm not really looking forward to this. How am I going to deal with this? And a lot of that is those little adult timeouts. And that could be the 10 minutes before the meeting you're not looking forward to. Really talking to yourself. That's the CBT, I always say that, CBT portion of this, and having those conversations with yourself. And how am I going to deal with this? And how am I going to deal with this person? And I'm telling you, if you give yourself these moments to do these things, whether it's 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is throughout your day, you're going to have a much better way of communicating with people, even on the days where you're just not feeling it, or even in those things that you just don't want to do. And that does include parenting sometimes. Unfortunately, that's a 24/7 job, and they're not 24 hours a day we want to be doing it. And that's the reality of it. And that's with work too. I mean, we might love what we do, but there's not 7 days a week, 5 days a week, however many days you work, that you want to be doing it. So there's going to be days where we're just not feeling it, but we still have to do our adult responsibilities. But part of our adult responsibility should be taking care of ourselves and giving ourselves those adult timeouts and allowing ourselves to find our peace again. And that starts in the morning. I'm telling you, as soon as you wake up, if you make that a routine, you're going to find yourself having much better communication with other people in a much peaceful way, even if your life is wonderfully peaceful, which obviously I hope that for all of you. But you will see a difference no matter how wonderful your life is. So I do encourage you guys to take me up on this, take the challenge. And I know there's going to be moments where something just comes upon you and you don't have the 10 minutes to reflect before you respond or any of those things. But if you already have these things in habit, so you've already had a talk with yourself on the drive to work, or you've already had your 10 minutes in the morning, or you've already done your little adult timeouts, even when you didn't need them throughout the day, you just did it anyway, just to bring yourself back to neutral. In those moments where they're quick to react, you're not going to react the way maybe you would have hadn't you had those moments prior. So I encourage you guys to really put this into your days, and I challenge you to let me know. Give me feedback, because I would love to see somebody who is doing this. Let me know how it's changing your life or how you're viewing things differently because of this. And I'm telling you, I don't know anybody yet that I have given this advice to that has not had positive feedback from me. So the adult timeout's a real thing. It's not just for parents, it's for all of us, because a life as an adult can be hard. So let's take care of ourselves. It should be part of our self-care, these timeouts. And I'm not saying 10 minutes every, half an hour. I'm saying even if it's 10 minutes every 3 to 4 hours, just to reflect and just to kind of bring ourselves back to that comfort zone of feeling okay in our bodies, whether it's a stressful day or we are having stress with our kids or stress at work, whatever it might be. And maybe we're just having a great day. We should still be doing these reflections of ourselves. What's making it great? How am I maintaining this greatness? How am I having this peace? Because if we're having these conversations with ourselves, it'll be easier on the days that we're not feeling that way to bring ourselves to the point where we can feel that way. So anyways, as usual, I hope you guys are having a great week and weekend, and you guys know where to reach me if you ever need anything. MyBeachTherapy.net is where you can reach me.